Welcome back, guys. In this video, I'm gonna finally answer one of your questions, and this is, how is my day-to-day manifestation routine? What do I do on a single day, basically, to create, to manifest, to achieve, visualize my dream life and create the things that I want in my life? So I'm gonna walk you through very briefly the process, what I actually do on a day-by-day basis, right? And this actually changes and evolves over time. But basically what I noticed when I was reflecting, there's a few things that I do almost every single day. And it's been working for me. It's created phenomenal results. It's created a life that I absolutely love, this condo, a great business, and amazing things. And a lot of those things is actually things I've been talking on my videos a lot. So if you've been on this channel watching my videos for a while now, you'll find that it's nothing really new, but it's basically how I apply it, how it works for me, and hopefully if you do it, you'll get the same result. So the first thing I do is, after I wake up and I do my morning things, I meditate. I have a daily meditation now for roughly 20-25 minutes that I've been doing for years. So I think it's been going on since 2019, and hands down meditation. Of course, I didn't start with 20 minutes, but progressively I got it up to 20-25 minutes. But 20-25 minutes is a good time for me, and this is actually something that had a massive impact on my life, because meditation is one of those things that I strongly invite every single person to try, to really develop, to build that practice, because not only in terms of health and mental and emotional benefits, it has a lot of value, but it helps you become aware of thoughts and put detachment and space and let go, and it's a whole process that also evolved me a lot spiritually. So, but that's a video maybe for another day. Now, what's very interesting is that toward the end of my meditation, this is when I actually visualize the goals or the things that I try to create. And usually I keep it to maximum 3 different things. And if it's a big one, I keep it to 1, or depending on the days, but usually maximum I see 3 different things. I will spend a few minutes to just visualize that thing being done. So I simply create a scene where I see myself, or I see the experience, or I see whatever reflects the completion of that goal. Maybe you have a YouTube channel, you see a certain numbers, maybe you see a certain numbers on your bank account, maybe you see your calendar booked out, maybe whatever it may be, I see that scene and I get really grateful, like really grateful for that experience, for having that in my life. Then I take a deep breath in, open my eyes, and I go on, right? Now, after that, I usually have my breakfast, coffee, and so on. And then at some point, I do my morning gratitude journal. And this is something that I have been doing for years. This is my gratitude journal at the moment. I've been doing that since 2018, I think, since attending Bob Proctor paradigm shifting seminar, whatever it was called. And it's great. So what I do, I take a piece of paper and every day I write down 10 things I'm grateful for. But usually, about 3 to 5 of those entries are future goals, meaning things that I haven't yet achieved, I haven't yet created in my life, but I'm conditioning myself to, in present tense, be grateful for that things already being in my life. And so the goal is always to just create the gratitude, to create that state of being like, it's already here, it's already present, to convey that idea into my subconscious mind, just like I did with the visualization. Now, that's pretty much for how I start my day. So not only gives me a lot of energy, but this is how I prime myself. Then one last thing I do before I fall asleep, like when I'm in bed and before I'm ready to fall asleep and so on, this is where I always close my eyes and spend as long as I can before I fall asleep to visualize what I want, just like I do it in my visualization, but this time I focus on one thing. And I really focus on it again as if it's done, being really grateful, and I feel like I'm living it, I'm having it, it's done, I'm being that way. And I just drift and fall asleep. That's the last thing I do before basically falling asleep. And the first thing I do in the morning is to prime myself again. And those things alone have been working in phenomenal ways for me. Now there's one more thing that I do throughout the day, and this is more of a being very intentional with the way I speak and the thoughts I have and how I focus my attention. Because how you focus your attention is basically how you're going to think about something, how you're going to speak about something. So for me, those two concepts go hand in hand. So what does it mean to be intentional about the thoughts and the words you use? Well, if you do all those things in the morning, in the evening to prime yourself, but you spend the rest of the time being judgmental and speaking and thinking in terms of scarcity and limitation and hopelessness and victimhood and anger and bitterness and all those things, you are priming yourself still. You are allowing those concepts to go into your subconscious mind, and you're projecting that into life, into the mirror. So there's a conflict, it's incongruent. So what I do is that if I find myself going into negative thinking, or if I go myself like, okay, victimizing myself, or whatever it may be, yeah, I would say stop, stop, stop. That's my pattern interrupt. And I made video to break down this process, but I stop, 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 and then I use a mantra, and boom, I go back into thinking as if I already have what I want, or as close as I can to be as positive, as affirmative as I can toward creating the thing that I want. So example, if I'm thinking, oh my God, it's too expensive, I can't, there's too many things that I want to do, but only so much money, whatever, right? So first you interrupt that by becoming aware of it, and then you expand that into a container that is being like, well, what if I could have all of these things? What if I can embody the consciousness that, yes, I can have all those things. Yes, money is abundant, that I am abundant. Yes, I can create all those things. So I want basically to have my mindset, my mind, always focused toward what I want as much as possible, because of course this is a full-time job, and it's by no means am I perfect, by no means am I like fully locked into that. It's up and down. Some days are easier, some days are harder, but it's something I put a lot of energy and a lot of focus. And if I slip into a mode, if I get triggered into a mode, like I try to get out of it as fast as possible. So this is really the mental diet. This is really trying to focus on what I want. This is really using that energy, my thoughts throughout the day as much as I can in any given day, without being perfect, without trying anything crazy, without putting so much pressure on myself, to have thoughts that reflects the life, the person I want to be. And honestly, this requires a lot of discipline, a lot of efforts, a lot of awareness, a lot of work. But this, I think, is a massive part in massive conscious growth, because when you requalify anything, you can get your power, your freedom over anything again. But if you remain subconscious and unaware of things, you remain powerless to change that thing. And so this is pretty much my day-to-day routine. It's simple, it's easy, it's something I've been working on with for a while now, and it's something that is always evolving as I am evolving. So I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, make sure you write them down, and try certain things that works for you. What works for me might not be working for you. Certain paths might be working for you. So feel free to try, experience, get your own result, and see what works and what doesn't work for you guys. All right, be well. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this type of content. I'll see you next time. Be well.